The Secretary General of the African National Congress, Magashule, is conducting a door-to-door campaign in the East Rand in Ekurhuleni. This is ahead of the by-elections that will be taking place in 2 weeks' time. The 96 ward by-elections will be taking place in 56 municipalities on the 11th of November. Our reporter Natasha Phiri is with him right now. Natasha, a very good morning to you. What can you tell us about where you are?
A very hot morning to you, Desiree, and of course to our SABC viewers. We're coming to you all the way from Katlehong, the East Rand, Ekurhuleni, and like you've correctly said, the ANC Secretary General Magashule is actually on a door-to-door campaign around this neighborhood, and this is before, the 11th of November by-elections. As you know, that 96 ward by-elections are taking place in 56 municipalities. But to talk to us more about this, we're actually joined by Mr. Magashule right now. Thank you so much for joining us at SABC News. Have you had time to interact with the people here in Katlehong? Have they told you about their grievances and etc.?
Well, the branch executive is there, the membership, the volunteers, all our structures, the youth league, the women's league, door to door, back to basics, interaction with our people, not only during elections, motivate them and ensure that they are safe from COVID. We still preach that message of taking care. So we are here to simply do door-to-door and interact with our communities.
As we're gearing up for the by-elections, Mr. Magashule, the American people also gearing up for the elections. We've recently heard the utterances of American President Donald Trump around the Great African Renaissance Dam. So he's basically threatened to blow up the Nile River, and of course this is tensions actually continue between the country of Ethiopia and Egypt. Is this not a case of conflict at a time where Africa actually wants to silence the guns?
Well, African problems will be solved by African leaders themselves. We are in the continent. The president of the ANC of South Africa, Comrade Cyril Ramaphosa, is the president leading AU. And I think Ethiopia as well as Egypt have been dealing with this matter. And they will resolve this matter amicably. And with the assistance of AU, we don't need any other foreign power. We are on our own as the continent of Africa. And anybody who wants to contribute to peace will be welcome. So the remarks of Trump and anybody is the sovereignty of every country must be respected.
And the issues in Nigeria right now, what does the ANC have to say with that?
I'm sure the Nigerian government will resolve those issues. The Nigerian people will resolve those issues. Every country is sovereign, is independent. Ours is to wish them all the best in trying to solve their own issues. And I think that's where we should leave issues for their own people to solve it.
And then just last question from my side, moving back to this side. On Monday we saw those members of the ANC in the Free State and some victims of the failed asbestos project and Estina marching to Lutuli House, some actually calling for your head because they say that you failed as your tenure as a premier of the Free State.
I know you're running a story, you want to keep it there in the public all the time. That's what you are doing all the time. And I can tell you a lot of those people, and you saw the number, they were not even ANC members. I know some of them personally.
So you're saying they're not ANC members?
Not ANC members, and the ANC is still intact. So I'm not worried. I'm working, and our structures in the Free State throughout the country are intact.
Thank you so much. Desiree, there you have it. You've heard it from the ANC Secretary General, Magashule, saying that those members that marched to Lutuli House on Monday are not ANC members. He says that the ANC itself is actually united.